Welcome back to my channel. We're up in the Peak District this weekend. We're going to go up and see the Devil's Arse and obviously the Peak Cavern as well, which is quite cool. Look what we've woke up to this morning. Looks absolutely brilliant. This was our park up for last night. We're just there, look. Then you get to wake up to this for a view. It absolutely peed it down last night when we got here. But it looks a good day today, so I can't wait to get out and explore. It's going to be quite good. We're just on the edge of Castleton in the Peak District. So we're heading up to Speedwell Cavern now. It's just situated at the bottom of Winnett's Pass. So it's going to be quite cool. We've been before. It's like little boats and you go into the caves and stuff with the boats. So that'll be pretty cool. Just up there is Winnett's Pass. That's what we're going to see. So that's Speedwell Cavern where we're going in. Just going through that black gate there shortly. And then that's Winnett's Pass all the way up there.
I'll come through, guys.
So we're going to go on the boat and it takes you underground into one of the mines, which is pretty cool. We did it a few months back but thought I'd come back and record it for you all. It's going to be a nice experience. So that's the Devil's Arse one anyway. This is the one what we're going in. It's £23, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah, we're going in that one. You'll see that right at the end, which is pretty cool.
Let know if you've got any questions, any comments, any point, just give me a shout. I'm going to be at the back of the boat on the way there, because that's where the motor is, and I'm going to be attempting to drive it. That being said, I'm still going to hit some wall a few times. That's completely natural. An 18th century lead mine. So the work first started down here in about 1771 and then continued on and off for 20 years, closing down in 1791. Now 20 years is not too long for a lead mine to be open. It's about a metre tall, about 60 centimetres wide. It was dug on for 40 metres by a 7-year-old boy known down here as Little Winster. Just on your left here, guys. Now, Little Winster, only 7 years old, he would be down there on his hands and knees 12 hours a day. You see two boats down here at the same time, and you might notice this tunnel's not quite wide enough to fit two boats side by side. And so, what we use today is known as the halfway house. Now today it's used as a bit of a lay-by, bit of a paddle point, but it was used by the miners as a form of safety. That's not a doctor at all. Anyone allowed more therefore these miners now more specifically, the miners would be drinking moonshine. This, to be classed as an effective form of safety, they were aiming to fit roughly about 8 people inside of this space, just to your left hand side in a second. Have a look, and the main question is, do you think 8 people could fit inside of this space? It's just here on your left, guys. Possible. With that being said, let's not hold on tight, guys. 3, 2, 1. There's one up that way, and then there's another one just this way. Now these 2 large openings at one side would have been home to 2 underground rivers. Now these rivers flowing towards each other through the rock with a lot of storm power and 4 veins that led between that tunnel and one more into the cavern. The only vein of lead that the miners found in this cavern was just up that way, in a space behind the rocks and boulders. Is everybody on and settled, guys, yeah?
Yes.
Is because we go underneath the hills behind the building, so it just kind of therefore goes up and down. Now ultimately there would be a slight natural kind of airflow of oxygen into this cave through kind of the openings in the cave system like Peak Cavern. There would be nowhere near enough for us, this many people, to stay down here for this long. Now, black powder is basically just a cheap version of gunpowder. About 10 times cheaper for the same amount, just a little bit less powerful. You can see a bit of an alcove as well. Just in there, we're going to talk about it just a second. First, we're going to pull up to the halfway house. It is the lowest part of the house, so do my chest.
Say that we've done that for 3 months. Anyway, that's it, guys.
Wait till you go down the slide at the bottom.
Far Canal tunnel on the other side of the cavern. They kind of came to the conclusion that they really could not be bothered to transport the waste rock up to the surface like they had done for this tunnel. And so they decided it'd be much quicker and easier for them to just kind of transport, just kind of throw it off down over the edge. 11 metres deep. Now, as since been worked out that without all the rocks that the miners threw in, it would have been roughly 120 metres deep. Now, 120 compared to 11, quite a big difference. But the miners did all the rock in and moved it, so theoretically it is, or realistically, it is only 11.
That's really nice. Yeah, I think so.
Slided the bolt.
Oh!
That were cool in there with boats and see the big cave at the end. We're going to go see a Devil's Arse shortly. So we're heading up to Devil's Arse now. That's another big cave in the Peak District, well, Castleton. We've been here before, but we definitely need to go again, so I can't wait to get there. It's going to be pretty cool. She's there, his moody look, moody face. We've been to Devil's Arse before. It's one of the big caverns where you go in. It's like a guided tour and everything, which is pretty cool. How cool, that's even better. That's one of them shops where you need to...
We come back out this way.
We can do. We can come back this way, yeah.
We'll come back this way and look. Oh, we haven't got long, are we? Till next one. I bet you that would have been a nice cafe.
So this is the Devil's Arse. The Peak Cavern it's known as well. It holds concerts as well, stuff like that. How cool is this? This is where you have all the concerts. Quiet. So this is where 10 people would have lived. It's bloody tiny, look.
I did a little bit at Blue John, like worked there for a bit. I was like, I can't do it. And literally, I was tired every time I was coming back up.
Too much.
Well, you just saved me.
Oh, there we go.
Of smelling Bertie Morrison's washing line. So if you have a nice big smell mat and pass it round everyone. I am not one of those dragons that could protect them from the devil. Obviously they believed it. So they would be told to look up here. And if you've got a good imagination, this is where you can see the dragon's head hanging down. Do you all see it? Yeah. Not the fly. Do you all see it? Oh yeah. Yeah. So you would be told that if you threw some money.
Yeah, we're going down now. How cool is it?
But as thank you, Victoria, you're not being drugged in this, and I'm not going to leave the cold water all day. Before we go through. So before the most recent flood was actually Thursday, where it actually overflowed over the flood sign just on the fence here. But pretty much the same day most of the time, the water will just decide it wants to go back in. That would have been quite a tight squeeze, and you can't really blame Victoria for not wanting to go through there. And that is why we have this passageway here. This is what we call Queen Victoria's back passage. It is the part of the cave that was it's just a price of the name already. It is the part of the cave that was blown out 4 Victorian years ago, so just be aware of that.
Wow, look at this. Wow, bloody hell. All limestone. Wow.
It's quite hard for me, I think.
Look how far up it goes.
You can also see the 2 passageways down there. The left-hand side one being the one that was blown out of Victoria, and the right-hand side one being the natural one, which is where all of the water flushed out all over the world. That would have been the end of the boat. So you would climb up your boat, and if you were on the explosives that they used to set up. So you would go on there, you would pay your tour guide 2 shillings, you would set up a mini timer, which would have stopped at the cave for about 6 seconds, you wouldn't have been speed up the cave at all.
One last look at the big cave before we go into another place. That's so cool. Oh, I can hear a waterfall. Oh, it's there. Oh, look at that. Coming through the rock. Then you've got another big cavern up there.
People are loving families at home and choose to spend their weekends down in tiny little caves. You can get to Speedwell from here. Speedwell, you're all probably aware of it. About 5 minutes up the road. It will take you.
Saw that ramp there, didn't you? When they filmed the Narnia programme, film, whatever it is, I've never really seen it. That's what the BBC used for it, so that was pretty cool. It's on its way back through now. It's on its way back down now. Back through. Yeah, this is awesome. Look. This is brilliant. Look how smooth it is up there though. Yeah, so walking back through, back to the start now. That was pretty cool. It's not that expensive either to come in, which is definitely worth it.
Buxton, because they believe this used to be one big seabed. Even with all that though, we still weren't good enough for the BBC. When they came down to film Narnia, they said that we didn't look anything enough. It made it more like a real
So that was the Devil's Arse, also known as a Peak Cavern. You need to come and see it, it's bloody amazing. Devil's Arse were amazing. It was bloody brilliant in there. We're off up to Treak Cliff Cavern now. So then that'll be 3 caves we've done today up at Castleton. Yeah, it's been a good day, weather's been banging and everything. Rained a bit this morning but it stayed dry, that's the main thing. We're going to head up to there now. Be nice to see that, we've never been in there before. So we've had a little quick stop at the van. Just get a few little supplies. Now we're heading up to the new cave. The Treak Cliff Cavern I think it's called. Well, we've finally made it to Treak Cliff Cavern. We've just got them big bloody stairs now. It's absolutely awful going up these. But yeah, we're here. How good are them? Yeah, look at them bad boys. That's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. witchy table. Stone Age people's bones there. Bones were found in 1921. Yeah, we've been on that one. Speedwell, we've been there. And then that's the Peak Cavern, Devil's Arse. Yeah, so we've got into Treak Cavern now, just booked ourselves in. Yeah, on this place you need an app. It's self-guided tours and stuff. But look at, this is mental. Look at that. Bloody hell, slow. Oh, I can't get under.
Mining in Treak Cliff was before 1699, but for lead ore. Then the miners moved on to extracting Blue John instead, as it began to go up in value as an ornamental stone. So Blue John is actually a very rare form of a very common mineral, and that mineral is fluorite or fluorspar.
Yeah, so this is the tunnel. Look at this. Bloody hell, look at that. Stop here for tunnel. Oh, that's not the app we just listened to. So I'll go up here.
Was discovered in November 2014 by Gary Ridley, the miner and cavern manager. He wanted to try out a new piece of mining equipment called a rock chainsaw. In order to use this, he needed good light, a constant supply of water, and to be able to stand on a stable footing to hold the saw. He expected just to be 48 kilos. You can see the exact piece in our museum after the tour. We showed a cut and polished slice of the new vein to Dr. Trevor Ford, who at the time was the world expert on Blue John stone, and he identified it as a different vein, unlike any of the other 14 veins already named. Mineral, calcium fluoride, and its crystals are naturally cube-shaped. These crystals are formed from fluorine and calcium atoms bonded together into a lattice shape. Scientific analysis.
Oh there, look at all in the ceiling. See them all?
The next flight of steps, if you look to your left, you will see the Ridley vein, which was discovered in November 2000, but for lead ore. Then the miners moved on to extracting Blue John instead.
Just climbing them stairs. This is the fossil cave now. This is awesome, look at this. Another big cave there, look. Goes in there. How cool is that? Old ladder, old cart to carry your stuff down, wheels, tools. That's awesome, is that? How cool is that? That purple rock. Look at that. And obviously, can you see it there? You've got a bank. Another type of stone. And that's called the pillar. We're going back down now. Look at that, another big one. See if we can go further down, look. Oh wow, look at this. Holy shit. Look at that. Wow. That's huge. The camera just don't do it justice. Goes all up there and everything. That goes right up there as well. Yeah, how cool is that? That's the Aladdin's cave, that. It's bloody massive. See, these are stalagmites. They're possibly 111,000 year old. This is cool.
What? Oh wow.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a big crater. It says look up for the frozen waterfall, but I don't know. Don't know if you can see through the netting, but look at them. That's crazy. Look at them, just come down the wall as well. Oh wow. Look at them. Look like veins, some of them. So this is the Dream Cave. Oh. So this is a new section, or fairly new, it got discovered in 2014.
Are beautiful stalactite and stalagmite formations that you can see in front of you. There are many different shapes that you can use your imagination to make out formations that resemble particular things. For example, if you look to the far right, you will see the formation that looks like a stork standing on one leg. The stalactite with a curtain formation forms the body of the stork, with the shorter stalactite creating the beak and the long thin stalagmite form.
We're going back through now, back through the cave. This is awesome. One last look at Aladdin's cave. Look at that, that's amazing. Oh, wow. Every cave we've been in has been so different. Good morning guys. Well, that was a warm one last night. Dropped out about 5 degrees with the heater on. It's been absolutely toasty in there. We're going to go up to the Blue John Cavern today, which will be the last one. Cost us 4 around here, and we did the 3 yesterday. So we're going to go do the Blue John Cavern today, which will be pretty cool. Well, it's a bit foggy this morning, a bit misty. I do like this park up though, it's really quiet. Just having a bit of a pack up and a tidy up while we've got kettle on. Just through the gap there, that's Winnett's Pass. We'll be going up there shortly, up to the Blue John Cavern. But I do like waking up to this. So after a little trip through Winnett's Pass, we've made it to the top. It's bloody foggy up here this morning. So just having to walk down now to the Blue John's Cavern. As you can see, it's well foggy. And it's bloody steep down here. Just arrived, it's a short walk from the car park. So that's the prices if you want to come. So we just wait outside, wait for the tour guide just under the shelter, which is cool, and then we're just literally parked over there, so it's not a far walk to get to. So that was bloody awesome. We want that to take videos in there, but I've got loads of pictures, so I'll add some pictures into it for you so you can see it was bloody brilliant in there. We've definitely saved the best till last.